I handpicked 70 of my favorite quality of life mods and sorted them out by 5 categories, ranging from minor improvements to things that should be in the game. Let's start with the mods that don't do anything flashy but are still great to use. The first mod we'll be looking at is the kill count mod. This mod shows how many zombies you've killed in your info menu. You now can track your slaughter in real time, but with slaughter comes blood, and that stuff gets everywhere. Luckily, the next mod, Rain Cleans Blood, gets rid of all of it when it rains. The rain will slowly remove blood tiles over time. This is great if you don't like cleaning up all the blood around your base. But when it's raining, it can get dark. That's where better flashlights can come in clutch. This mod adds 17 new flashlights to the game, including a headlight. The one you see here is the emergency flashlight. This thing goes crazy. But when it's nice and bright out, you need somewhere to put your flashlight. That's where better satchel can come in. This mod lets you wear your satchels like a fanny pack, and it decreases their size. This adds so much more looting potential. Eventually, you're gonna run out of space in your satchel, and when that happens, you should mark down your loot that you find. That's where these 4 mods can come in handy. Add more map symbols and extra map symbols, add all of these. This gives you so much more customization options than ever before. Draw on map allows you to draw on the map. Who would have guessed? You can do whatever you want with this mod. Draw silly pictures or mark off whole areas that you want to clear out. Last but not least is the map symbol size slider. This mod lets you change the size of your map symbols. So if something's a little more important, you can mark it off with a bigger symbol. And one more map mod to tie it all off is detailed map. This makes your map go from this to this. It even shows the layout of some buildings. Now it's time to bring all that loot back to your house. And for those of you that live on a second floor base, climb down the rope is just for you. This mod makes the climbing animation look like you're actually climbing down. Now you can climb right down to your car with this brand new odometer from the car mileage mod. This mod adds an odometer to your car. You can also activate the trip odometer and see how far you've driven since getting that car. While we drive this car up to Louisville, let's check out the next segment, time savers. These mods will greatly reduce the amount of time spent on tedious activities, but you can still live without these, unlike the mods we'll be covering shortly. Now that we've arrived at Louisville, let's go get some guns and ammo. We somehow ended up with 21 M9 magazines. That's where the load all magazines mod comes in handy. This mod lets you load all of your magazines with one simple button press. Whoa, what are you doing? Well, after an activity like that, you gotta be pretty hungry. And that's where open and eat canned food comes in. This mod lets you open and eat your canned food in one simple button press. This saves you a ton of time. Wait, do you hear something? Zombies! Get out of there, Walt! Go! Quick! Dive through the window! What are you doing? The dive through windows mod lets you alt sprint through windows to dive through them. This is great for when you get trapped inside of a house or a gunfight in PvP. Great one, Walt. You just got bit. They just put a hole in your favorite shirt. Now we gotta level up tailoring to repair your shirt. Luckily, you have the auto sewing mod. As long as you have the materials, this will automate leveling up your tailoring. Now tailoring is no longer tedious to do. Okay, buddy, I think you leveled tailoring enough. I think you should drive back home. You're not making it back in that. You should probably go level up your mechanics. Thankfully, you have auto mechanics to speed things up. This mod will automatically take and replace the parts that you can take out at your level. Okay, well, you only need like mechanics 5 to repair your engine. Oh my god. Make sure you put your stuff in your trunk before you leave. That's a lot of gun magazines. At least you have the easy drop and loot mod. This mod lets you transfer entire categories of items at once. This helps streamline the looting process. Alright, well, while you're driving back down the Muldra, let's check out the next tier. Useful mods. These are mods that don't necessarily do anything crazy to your game, but they make a pretty decent impact. Let's check back in on Walter. Oh, Walt, your car's beeping at you. You forgot to turn off your lights. Luckily, you had the vehicle light chime mod, otherwise you'd have just killed your battery. It looks like the power went out while you were gone. You should go set up your generator. You don't need to bother with using your UI. Just hit E. With the grab and drop mod, you can easily pick up and drop items with less button presses. Before you connect that generator, make sure everything is in range with the visible generator range mod. Alright, that looks good. Go on and turn on the power. Now that your lights are back on, you should deposit everything that you got from your adventure. Whoa. Looks like your organizing just got a lot easier with the better sorting mod. This mod adds more categories to items to make organization a breeze. And since you have proximity inventory, you don't need to click on each box, so they'll just show up. And to make it even easier, you have smarter storage and rename containers. So now you can label and change your icons to make finding the box a breeze. And if you don't like the order they're in, use reorder containers to change the order they show up in. Just make sure that you use container tooltips so that the names show up properly. But maybe you don't want to sort, and you'll just dump everything on your floor. The mod you'll be looking for is search containers. This will allow you to find whatever item you have on that cesspool of a floor. That's a lot of thread you got while leveling tailoring. You should pack that up with the easy packing mod. This bundles up all of your items to give them a better weight efficiency. It looks like all that sorting stuff made you bored and sad. Maybe you should sleep on it. Sleep on it will help you lose bored and sadness moodles as you sleep. Good morning, Walt. What is your plan for today? Oh, I see you're about to exercise. Lucky you have the exercise with the gear mod, so you don't have to pick up your backpack when you're done. Oh, that workout was pretty intense. Now you're in a lot of pain. Luckily, you can keep an eye on how long your painkillers will last with the medicine moodle mod. And with the medical meister mod, you can just click on the pain moodle to use your painkillers. No more digging through your inventory to find the cure to your ailments. Any of your negative moodles can be clicked on, and if you have the item to fix it, your character will use it. This one is really good to fix injuries without having to open your health menu. While you wait for your pain to go away, you should go read a book. Luckily, you can tell which ones you've already read with alternative inventory rendering. This mod has a lot of cool features, like being able to check how full your magazines are, just by clicking on them. Speaking of magazines, I see you have a gun attached to your back. Did you forget about your rifle sling? This will let you have attached melee weapons to your back as well as a gun, so you don't have to choose between one anymore. You should probably give that gun a name so you don't lose it. If everything has a name, you can name any item that you get to whatever you want it to be. What'd you name your gun, Walt? What the heck does Decoholic mean? Oh, that's right. I almost forgot about that mod. Decoholic will let you change a container's display to match what you need it to. For example, you can turn a jewelry display into a gun display, so that matches what you need. The next segment of mods we'll be looking at are mods that I can't play without. This list is pretty short, but these are mods that are really important for the game in general. There are only 2 mods in this section, the mod manager and reduce lag of crafting menu. The mod manager makes the mod menu awesome to use. This adds a ton of new features like a search function and the ability to make presets. Reduce lag of crafting menu reduces the lag in the crafting menu. Wow, who would have guessed? Now on to the final segment, mods that should be a game mechanic. These mods are so good that we don't play without them, you'll start tweaking. Let's go check on our bud John P. Zomboid. Hey John, that's a pretty cool base you got, but it's pretty dirty. You know you have the clean dirt mod, right? You have a what? Oh, here he comes. John, do you even pay this guy? Well, that's what happens when you don't pay him. At least your house is clean. It's whatever, John. There's always more out there. Anyways, the next mod we'll be covering is... Do you hear that car outside? Oh my god, John, you're on fire! Quick! Stop, drop, and roll! This helps you put out the fire. Make sure you bandage up those wounds. You better clean up that mess. Luckily, you have the Clean Ashes mod. Just use a shovel. To be honest, I don't think it's gonna help with your property value. Hey, you better replace your bandage if it's dirty. Luckily, you have the Replace Bandage mod. This adds a button to replace your bandage all in one button press. Does first aid do anything? Not really. If you want to see what each level does, descriptive tooltips for skill levels will tell you. Simply hover over the level and it'll show you. This also works with a lot of mods. While you're at it, clear description for Moodles will help you a lot too. This shows what each Moodle does. Oh no, it looks like you ran out of bandages. You should go get some more. How can you tell where a hospital is? If you open your map, you'll see the map legend UI. This mod tells you what the color-coded buildings are. For medical, you'd go to the pink building. You should fill up on fuel. With fuel side indicator, you know where to park your car. No more flipping and flopping and blooping and plopping your car around. Park right the first time. Oh, we're here. Be careful of the stairs here. There might be some zombies. If you hit E at the bottom, you'll use the stairs alert mod. This checks if there's any zombies up top. Looks like it's all clear. It's getting pretty late. You should probably sleep here, but there's a couple corpses around. You just throw them at the window or work in gas masks so that you don't get corpse sickness. Throw them at the window is great to dispose of corpses on a second floor. Just go up to a window, right click, and throw it out the window. In vanilla, the masks have no purpose other than style. But with working masks, different masks give you a different amount of protection from corpse sickness. Your character's pretty dirty. You should wash yourself. Thankfully with the Better Hand Wash mod, so you can save on water. Better Hand Wash makes clothing cost a different amount of water per item, so a sock won't take as much water as a shirt. And if it's cold out, wring out clothing will come in handy. This mod lets you wring out your clothing based on your strength level. You definitely don't want wet clothes if it's cold out. Oh, I see you found something you like. If you pick it up, you can see your character carry it with a Carryable Everything mod. A lot more items have made visible when you carry them with this mod. While you bring that back to base, let's go check out on Gilbert Glob. Oh my god, Gilbert! There's someone behind you! He's got 2 axes? He must be using brutal handwork and fancy handwork. This allows him to carry 2 weapons at once among a bunch of other features. Well, it looks like you have to make a new character now. Let's fix that whack-ass haircut you have. Luckily, the improved hair menu mod lets you see the hairstyle before you pick it, so you can easily find a good hairstyle without having to dig through the menu. While you finish up making your character, let's check back in on John. Hey John, what are you doing in the gym? Trying to find gear to exercise, I see. Make sure you grab a treadmill since we have the working treadmill mod. This mod levels sprinting, fitness, and also strength if you're carrying over half your weight. Okay, bye John. We're gonna go check up on Walt now. Oh wow, Walt. It looks pretty cold out. Make sure you use warm up. When you get the hypothermia Moodle, you can warm up. Oh, that's a pretty neat base you have. I see you're using a ladder to get up to it. That's pretty cool. Are you able to plumb your sink? Make sure you use the plumb helper mod. This shows you where you can put your rain collectors to plumb your sink. I see you have a black duffel bag. Thankfully, with backpack borders, you can see it easier. And if nested containers, you can see what's inside of it without having to hold it in your hand or drop it on the floor. And while we're on the topic of inventory, you can also drag your hotbar around in whatever order you want with the reorder hotbar mod. Speaking of the hotbar, your weapon is really low. Thankfully, you can notice with the weapon condition indicator. Be sure to grab a spare weapon before you head out. What's that? How do you make a pipe bomb? That's definitely something you can't just Google. Luckily, you have the craft helper continued mod. This lets you search up crafting recipes by right-clicking the item and seeing what they can make. This works with mods as well. Here's a quick fun fact. Did you know that you can find car keys and unlocked car doors? With on the door, there's now a notification if you find one. Since you built this house, your floors are nice and new. But if you were to live in a different house with damaged floors, the fix floor mod would let you fix them up. This just simply lets you repair cracked floors. Post edit Blorpo here. I forgot 2 mods. Dig worms allows you to find worms without having to dig furrows. And take amount lets you take any amount of items. Alright, well, good luck in your adventure. Oh my god, Walt! No, that's a school!